for the last 2 or 3 sessions, we've been talking about CV creations. So we had some sessions where we went through how to create your CVs, and also we had another session where we review all those CVs, right? So if you have not done your CV, you still have opportunity to do that. So we're going to have another session maybe next week where we would also review CVs as well. So, and if you don't know what to do, how to do your CV, we ask you to look at our YouTube channel. We had a session how you can do your CV. So next week Thursday, you can come back again. We are going to review the CV once again, if that's okay with everyone. So just what is going to happen is like by Monday, I will send the link out for you to upload your CV. It will not be there forever. So because I know some people kind of were looking to upload their CV maybe 1 hour to the time of the interview. No, that's to the time of the CV review. So that will not be possible. So ensure that you upload your CV before 5 p.m. on Thursday, so that we can do the review at 9 o'clock on that particular day. So please ensure that you do that. So that's fine. So now I will talk about the steps towards getting into tech. It's kind of similar to all those routes that you might have gone through before. For those guys that have done some jobs, of course, you need a CV. We've done that. You need job applications. You need to know where to apply to, how to apply, which I'm going to touch on briefly today to say, okay, if you want to apply for jobs after having got your CV, this is how to do it, right? So I'm going to talk about that. Then later, maybe before Thursday or on Thursday, we'll have opportunity to actually do interview prep as well. And I know that for those guys in the internship, so your mentors will schedule time with you that you can do interview prep before your program ends. For those guys finishing the internship right now, so I think you've already started your interview preps actually. So if you have not done one, so ensure that you attend any of those ones that we book. So that is that. But now, okay, let's go through this step now. CV creation we've done. So we want to speak about job applications, right? For job application, there are different websites that you can go to for you to be able to do your job application. So I'm going to share a document quickly, so which highlights different website that you want to go to if you are applying for jobs. So one of the popular ones that I do like is JobServe. So this is the list, as you can see. I would say this is in order anyway. So you got JobServe, www.jobserve.com, TotalJob, www.totaljob.com. There's .com, so please bear that in mind. So it's not .co, it's .com. So, and CV libraries, LinkedIn is another place. So if you go to LinkedIn jobs, job site is another thing, one, CW Job, Read, Jobrado, IT Job, Dice, Job Finder. So there are a lot in there as well. So depending on what job you are looking for. So as you can see, yeah, so you got a lot of website that you can use. So yeah, those are different job site that you can use. So you can actually, maybe after this call, this particular video would be on YouTube. You can look at these different job sites that you want to look into. So yeah, this also is www.cv-library.co.uk, sorry, .co.uk, as you can see at the bottom here anyway. So, okay, so that is that, yeah. Okay, so one thing for you to apply for jobs, I'm focusing on 4 different roles actually. So let's say you are applying for keyword roles, all right? So you need to know different ways or different terminology that is used to describe that particular role, right? So some people, I think, what's a QA? So it's actually software tester or software tester engineer, or some people call it QE or QA, whether it's QE or QA, or QAT tester, or just tester, or automation tester. Yeah, different way, or manual tester, automation QA tester. So when you are searching for that role, you need to search using different keywords like this. So this covers any testing role that you want to apply for. So you need to search for those ones like that. And also you also can know how this a tester is scored in different roles. This is one of them. Now let's go to Scrum Masters actually. So Scrum Master, of course, Scrum Master is one. So, and also some people can call them digital project manager or agile project manager or Scrum Master, or yeah. So you could also apply for IT project manager role, agile coach, Chief Scrum Master, release manager, delivery manager, and yeah. So, but yeah, even agile delivery manager, the likes like that as well. So this is just kind of different lists that you can use as a guide. The list is not exclusive, it's kind of it's not exhaustive as well, so you can actually get other roles in there anyway. So, and for the BAs, you also have different ways to call them as well. Business analyst for start, and business consultant, marketing, product manager, system analyst, product owner, business architect, different or process architect, or process architect, IT business analyst, user experience designer, agile analyst, depending on, so these are different roles that you can apply for, or how they can be called as well. You can look at this. So as a BA on this program, you should be able to apply for any of these roles at the end of your, and as you can see also, there is even test analyst as well, because as a BA on this program, you would also be able to do UAT as well. So that means that even you can also kind of, if you like, and you can apply for a test analyst role, telling them, oh, I do UAT even as my role as a BA. That's another thing you go, So now, and this also applies to agile project management. Sorry? Okay, all right, maybe that's one enough for me. So for agile management, agile project management, and this also applies to Scrum Master, to be honest. So as you can see, so agile software project manager, IT project manager, Scrum Masters, so agile delivery manager, project manager. So even if you're an APM or Scrum Master, you can as well, apply for all these roles as well. They are kind of related as well, if you are able to do agile Scrum Master on these particular roles anyway. So those are different roles. I know that I didn't put data analyst here, so maybe I will update the list later anyway. So, and other roles that we have. So those are different roles that you can apply for, and also the variations of these particular roles. And someone will ask, where can I apply to? Even I've listed some of the job sites that you can apply. What about companies? And some can even ask about, oh, what happens if I don't have, I need sponsorship to be able to apply for roles. So so I will also share a document as well. So for those guys that require sponsorship maybe you need to get work permits. There are different companies that allows you to company that allow you to kind of apply for jobs without having to get sponsorship. So that also is possible as well. So, and you can be sponsored. That also is possible. So that's one other thing that I really want you to do. So that when you get this list, so you know that so you can apply directly to them. And so I've got a list of companies which I'm going to share right now. But before I do, the step is the same thing as well. So like I showed before, you need to have your CV, you need to know how to apply as well. So you might also need to create a cover letter to support your role as well. So before I do that, do we have any question? Any question before I go ahead? Any question? Any question? Okay, I'm going to just bear with me. Okay, I'm going to share this screen now. Okay, I think someone just typed something. Okay, let me stop sharing this one. Okay, Elizabeth, I don't understand your question. Please, if you want to rephrase it, that would be good. That's fine. Okay, all right, cool. I'm going to share the screen if everyone can see the screen. So this is different list of different companies. This is 100 companies that offer sponsorship. So, and you can actually try them as well. So what you can do, Google them and just put jobs. Yeah. So some of them are big companies. Anywhere you are, they can actually sponsor you anyway. So this is different companies as well anyway. So as you can see, you can list them, you can look at them online to see if they have any IT jobs. And some of interns are already working in these organizations as well, like I know. So yeah, and some of them are also sponsored as well. So and yeah, so if you, this list will be sent out anyway, so you can look at them and you can also watch the video. So just go to their website and they would offer they would offer the application visa for you. So yeah, as you can see, I'll just kind of call them out quickly: Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Apple, Facebook, IBM, Intel, Cisco, Qualcomm, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan Chase, Morgan Stanley, KPMG, Deloitte, PwC, Ernst & Young, Accenture, Capgemini, Infosys, Tata Consulting, Wipro, ACL, Cognizant, CGI, Avanade, Bose, Hitachi, ZS Associates, McKinsey, Bain & Company, both the Boston Consulting Group, LEK, AT, Canon, Oliver, Warner, Strategy, Massa, Tower, Will and Task, Watson, Marsh, Accenture Strategy, EY, Deloitte, FTI Consulting, Alvarez, Oron, Westmoreland, Stallone, ProTVT, right? RSM, BDO, Grant Thomas LLP, Crowe LLP, WSP, AECOM, Jacobs, Bonds, and Macon, Tatra, Stantec, actually, GHD, Black and Watek, CH2M, Wally Parson, Schlumberger, Warburton, Maker Ooze, KBR, Accenture, Federal Service, CACI International, Leidos, Booz, Arthrop, Lockheed, Raytheon, right? General Dynamics, BAE, Bechtel, Bloor, Parsons Corporation, Gensler, AECOM, ScanCan, Turner, Balfour Beatty, Wheaton, Turner Contracting, PCL, NC, Suffolk, Jacobs Engineering, Honeywell, Rockwell, General Electric, Siemens, Ericsson, Nokia, Huawei, Samsung, LG, Sony, Panasonic, and Toshiba. So they all have offices in the UK, and you can apply for them. Like I said, some of our interns are already working with them as well, having finished their internship as well. So you can look in there. Okay, all right. So now let's go through the other list I sent. Now, for you to apply, how do you apply? So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so this is JobServe right now. So if you want to apply, I would say start with this actually, right? So, and also you can also start with that list I sent, which I think is going to be exclusive to you. So you go in there, create, do a cover letter, send your CV, and so that's one thing I can say. So now, let's say you're applying for Scrum Master or Agile Project Manager. So even if you're applying for Scrum Master, you can use or, right? So that it brings every role, right? For instance, now, if I say Scrum Master, right, and I'm looking for a Scrum Master role, right, I can come in there, right, and say Scrum Master, right, and then put location. But now, as you know, the world is now a global marketplace, so you don't need locations, so to say, to be honest. So you can leave the location blank and leave this one. Yeah, I think, you can leave it anyway. I don't think you need. So I want also to show, if you only want remote working, you can click on that. So it shows only remote working, but if you want, you can leave that. So posted within 7 days is okay. So any job. So now, this is the thing. Some people might ask, okay, what type of job are these, right? So you got permanent, you got contract, you got contract permanent, you got part-time. So what are the differences, right? So every of these jobs is 9 to 5. Actually, resume in the UK, resume at 9. Some of them can ask you to resume at 8:30, but you close at 4:30, or you close at 5. I think most companies will ask you to resume at 9 o'clock and you close at 10 o'clock, at 9 to 5, at 5 o'clock. So, and whether you're a contractor or you're permanent, the difference between a contractor and a permanent is like, for a contractor, you would be paid per day or per hour, right? And they don't have you on their payroll, right? So it might be for a short time as well. So it's basically short time. But of course, because it's a short time contract, it might be for 3 months, 1 month, 3 weeks, or it might be, the major one will be like 3 months or 6 months. Or there's also some other ones that are like a year, maybe it's a long time contract or something like that. So so that is the difference, okay? And permanent is like, you have it, they have you on their payroll, right? You are working for the company. It's not time-based, okay? So you are there permanently. You might enter and they put you on the probation. So say, okay, you're going to be permanent after you pass the probation. So, but one thing I want to say as an intern, don't look at this and say, I'm looking for only permanent. You're not looking for contracts. You can look for any of them. You can apply for any of them. I've seen some of my interns that finished, apply for contract, and they got contracts. Do you get it now? So, and sometimes you look at both of them and see which one will go for you. Maybe it might be a contract that you get, but some contracts, they might also ask you to register your company so that you can be able to kind of be outside IR35. So now I've mentioned a buzzword now, IR35. So what is IR35? There's a regulation that was passed a few years ago in the UK that says that, okay, some contractors are not actually a self-employed person, right? So they now say, okay, there is a law that says that for some roles, you would, even though you're a contractor, they will pay you like a payee, right? But But of course, they might pay you more than a permanent person, but you're still a contractor anyway. So, and they would kind of categorize these roles as whether it is inside R35 or outside R35. If it's inside R35, you need to get an umbrella company to actually pay you, right? They pay the umbrella company, right? What you are meant to get. The umbrella company takes away the taxes and then it pays you, right? But if you're outside R35, right, what it means is that they pay your company directly and you pay your tax or you pay your corporation tax, whatever you want to do. So those are the difference. But one thing I can say, don't limit yourself, apply to all these rules, right? So that's what I can say. Now, talking about the job title, I would actually also put the same things I put here as a job title, Scrum Master as well. Salary scale, for a start, select everything and see what you get anyway for a start. Don't limit yourself. Don't even look at it, right? So eligibility, well, okay. For those guys requesting visas, consideration, or sponsorship, you can tick that anyway to say, okay, okay, I'm actually going to be needing a visa or a sponsorship. You can click on that so that you'll be able to see the one that that offered visa or sponsorship. So for advice by, I'll just leave that as any category as well. So you can leave this one as it is as well. So then another thing that you can also do here, if you are open to different countries, you can include countries. You can configure your countries that you want to include. If you click on that one, it opens this particular link for you, and you can see different countries. So say, okay, whether you want to apply to different countries that are not in the UK, or you can configure them, check them, and then after you've checked those ones, then click on that to consider other countries as well. So then once you've done that, click on search. Okay. And for this now, you can see 358 Scrum Master role in the last 7 days. But let's quickly now put some words in there. Let's say we are looking for, because like I said to you, some roles are, and I will not say and, okay, let's say and first and see what we get. So you can see the one that's got the Scrum Master and it's got Agile inside is 72. But let's say, because there's Agile Delivery Manager, Agile Project Manager, some people, it's actually Scrum. So I would say, oh, Agile, right. So I want to see roles that's got, let me put that, remove this one and just say, oh, Agile. Okay. So, and then you can look at that and say what happened. You can see the list already increased actually. So you can see 438 as of 7 days ago. So yeah, and all those roles are Scrum Master, or as you can see, the one I saw now is Agile Delivery Lead actually, yeah, / Scrum Master. So, and you can see the salary scale 90 to 100, yeah. So, and what I will advise you to do is just click them and click here, right? For now, since you are just a new applicant out there in the market, so don't look anything right now, right? Just click, just add everything. Once you get to 25, it will tell you that you cannot add again. And as you can see, I'm not looking at the job description because sometimes the job description for newcomers could be daunting. Oh, I'm not qualified for this. Don't worry, just add them. But what's going to happen, be prepared that, okay, they'll come back to say, maybe you're not qualified and everything. So what is going to happen is sometimes they will say, oh, we keep your CV in case there's another offer out there, or we got any other roles. That's what's going to happen. They'll keep it like that. So, and then if they have any other offer or any other job, they can come back to you and say, okay, yeah, I think that. But right now, you want every recruiter to have your application, right? You want them to have your CV. You want everyone to have your CV. So once they have your CV, so then, yeah, they will start calling you. So I'm actually adding them. So after you've added them, so then you can then send your application. So this is important because at the first instance, you just want to apply to as many as possible, right? Some of them might even not be local to you. I've seen some of my interns that apply for different roles. They are not successful in one role, right? Because maybe they don't have the experience, or maybe the place is far, but they call them for another role, right? And this has also happened to me as well. So yeah. So now we got 25. So you can now say view basket. As you can see, I was able to do this within a few minutes and apply on roles, right? So once you've done that, it's going to, yeah, okay, it's going to ask you to register or sign in, actually. So once you've done that, then you apply and you attach your CV. And that's it. Within 5 minutes, you've kind of applied to almost 25 roles. That's one thing I can do. So once you've done that, normally what I now say is like, look at them now, right? Look at 5 that you think, oh, this is close to me, or this is, okay, I'm actually interested in remote, right? So, and yeah, and this is even, yeah, maybe it's, yeah, this is in the US, so I'm not interested. I'm interested in the UK one. So I can go back, right? And I can search and I say, okay, now don't consider the one that are far from me. So I want the one that are close to me. So just bring every job for me that's got Scrum Master or Agile for me, right? So within the last, so, and I would select the one that I want. Now I would ask you to kind of look at the best 5, right? That you can, yeah. So once you do that, you click on that. Let's say I'm interested in this one, right? So this is so close because I live in London, and yeah, and also because they are only looking for 3 years experience as a Scrum Master. Okay, my CV says so. I think it's fine. Yeah, okay, what I can do, click on apply on that one, and I'll send my application. Then after I've sent the application, I'll look into the contacts. You can see your contacts. Yeah, Alexandra Adam. Okay. And this is his number, right? Then you pick a call, you pick your phone, and you call Alex. Alex, oh, I sent my CV. I'm a Scrum Master. I've got more than 3 years experience because your requirement says so. I have a strong knowledge in Agile methodology, and also I've got experience in investment management, and I've also got experience with front office. So, and I just sent my CV to you. Do you mind going through the job requirements to ensure that I meet your requirements? And you might say, oh, sorry, I've not started reviewing the CV, and okay, I'll get back to you. Or you will say, oh, Don, what did you say your name is? Oh, it's Deji. Oh, okay, one minute. So let me just quickly look at the applications. Okay, this is your CV. Okay, all right. What did you say you had? So then you'll be able to, yeah, have a discussion with Alex, right? And Alex, you already knows your name, and okay, so okay, that's fine. So you take 5 jobs like that, you call them. But before then, you've applied for a lot of jobs, actually, maybe 50 in a day or something like that. But you take like 5 that you can follow up with. So that's what I can say. So then, having done that, now the next step is the interview. So this recruiter will give you a call back, right? First thing I said, apply, then pick your phone and call like 5 people, right? Maybe per day, okay? Then having done that, the calls will be coming, right? Out of the maybe 25 or 50 that you applied, the calls will be coming. Please don't be scared, okay? Pick the call. One thing confident that you have is like they won't slap you through the call, right? Some of them will still be polite. To share a testimony, I've got someone that I said, can you apply for all the jobs that you have? I think it was a testing job. And the person's continue applying and applying, and she applied for a part tester. Part tester was a job that, yeah, it's an electrician job. Actually, they test electric sockets and everything. So, and the recruiter actually called and said, are you a path tester? No, say I'm a QA tester. Oh, this role is for a path tester. So if you are not at that level, right, they are not calling you to say you apply wrongly, you've not started applying. So one thing, don't limit yourself. Don't disqualify yourself before being disqualified. Do you get it now? Let it be the recruiter that will disqualify you. Do you get it now? Apply to as many jobs as possible. And even though you know that you cannot even, this job, it's way above what you're expecting, in the first 1 month, apply to all the jobs. Let them have your CV. Do you get it now? For keep. So, and that's what I can say. So I will know the course will be coming. They'll be telling you what to do. So in the course of for those guys in the internship, we'll be talking about how to prepare for those courses. So I normally tell my intern to actually create something that I call elevator pitch. So that when recruiters calls you, you already got that your elevator pitch is like you are in an elevator and like you meet the MD, and let's say you're an entrepreneur. So an MD of a company that you wanted to pitch for, you met the person in the elevator, and quickly you got 2 minutes or even 1 minute to actually sell yourself. So this is the same thing about job hunting. So this recruiter just called you out of the blues. You got 2 minutes to impress the recruiter, whether you want to continue that conversation or not. So that particular pitch is very, very important. You say blah, blah, blah. I'm JG. I've got this. I've got experience in using Scrum. I've got experience using Agile. I've also worked as a BA before. And also I've got experience using Azure DevOps. And yeah, I'm very, very good. I'm a servant leader. You just kind of start to say yourself based on the generic one that you've written down. Then if you know who is calling and you know the job, and you can also now buttress that. That's one. So that is what I can say. So then after that, the jobs application moves from being a job application to the recruiter now telling you, you're okay, I'm going to put you forward. Okay. And when the recruiter says, I'm putting you forward, that means your application has progressed, okay? You might get a lot of calls, but they might not put you forward. Or if the recruiters want to finish, you might need to ask, are you putting me forward for the role? And so that you're not expecting them when they are not putting you forward. Some of them will say, okay, I'm looking into that, but it would be good to say, oh, are you putting me forward for the role? So that they know, you know as well. So, and if you are put forward, then your application goes to a hiring manager, which is the client now, okay? So in this instance now, they review your CV, right? Once they review your CV, they will look at the CV. If it matches what they're looking for, they call the agent again to say that, oh, okay, we saw Deji's CV that you sent, and it's good, and want him to come for an interview, right? So, and yeah, the agent will call you to say, oh, okay, Deji, all right, so with the hiring manager wants to speak to you, what time can you do? I do advise you to say, take the less time. Don't put maybe 3 days, 5 days. Yeah, if they're available the next day, do it, okay? That's why it's also very, very important to be prepared, right? Like Boy Scout, be always ready. So don't fix 5 days in the time. So I would say do it at the less time that they can. So that's fine. And even if they give you different options, I would say always take the first one, because I've seen instances where I've gone for an interview, immediately I finish, they send the offer straight, right? If there's other person that's waiting to be called, the person will not be called again. So sometimes if they see what they're looking for, and they just kind of make an offer. So that's just it. So yeah, so after the interview, after the call, right? So you would need to prepare. So we're going to talk about interview prep as well. How do you prepare for interview? Normally I tell people interview is like writing a book or writing an essay. Interview has got it's got introduction. Your interview has got a body and it's got conclusion. So we're going to look at that later. What is the introduction of an interview? What is the body of an interview? What's the conclusion of an interview? So that's another thing that we're going to speak about later. So having done the interview, right, you might have to do 1 stage, 2 stages, two-stage interview, or maybe 3. So if it's permanent, some of the permanent role might take maybe 2 or 3. So for some contracting interview might be a bit easier. This is my own opinion, because as a contractor, they know that if you don't do well, we'll let you go. So they're a bit relaxed. That's why I want to say that as you're applying for permanent, apply for contract as well. It might be an easy route for you to get into the market as well. So, yeah, after the interview, all goes well, you get an offer. So then after that, they would do a referencing or checks and everything. So yeah, so that's one. Then that's good. You are in the market. So I've just gone through those process now. So from CV curation to job application to interview prep. But right now, I've touched base on job application as well. So for the one I look into right now was job application through an agent, right? But I will advise you to apply directly to the companies. I've shared the list of different companies that you can apply to. Even I said those one sponsoring, even if you don't require any authorization, you can use those companies as well. So, and you can apply directly to them, because the advantage of applying directly is that it's less competitive, right? And some people don't know those jobs are. Sometimes it could be exclusive to you alone, right? Or because sometimes the disadvantage is that the application could be very tedious, right? And you might not know where this job is. But sometimes you know that if it's difficult for you to find, it's also difficult for other people to find as well. So that means they will not get a lot of applications. So that means the chances are more. So I would say apply directly. When you do apply directly to the company also, it means that you've actually cut out the middleman, the agent. Your CV or your application is going straight to the recruiter, to the hiring manager. Do you get it now? Which means that, yeah, it's not, for the agent, they might get maybe 200 CV or 100 CV, and the hiring manager might say, only bring me 5 CVs. So it means that even if you apply to the recruiter, they might not submit your CV. That's why I said you need to ask them, are you putting my CV forward, right? So that you don't anticipate, or you don't start to look at, oh, maybe I submitted an application, they called me. So you need to know the processes this is involved, right? The fact that you get a call from a recruiter doesn't mean that your CV is being considered by a hiring manager. So that's one thing I can say. And also another place to kind of apply directly with hiring manager is LinkedIn, actually. So that means that you need to structure your LinkedIn. Your LinkedIn needs to actually portray the story that you want to share, actually. So that's very, very important. So we will take some moment as well later to talk about how your LinkedIn should look like as well. So on that note, I will stop here because I've got someone that wants to talk about project planning, actually, so that we can look into that. I will give 5 minutes for anyone that's got any questions. So do I have the tutor for project planning? Yeah, if you have, you can just raise your hand. I can give you option to share your screen. The project planning tutor. The project planning tutor, please.
I'm here, Tessie. If you could help me share my screen, please.
Okay, all right, thank you, Tessie. So I would, 1 minute. Okay, all right, cool. So I will come back to you in a moment. So do we have any question about what I've shared? Anyone has got any question about this job curation? Okay, a quick one. Do you reckon that agents will put forward application with 3 months experience? From what I saw on the job, like I can see, yeah, okay, that's a good question. So if I got 3 months experience, would they put me forward? One thing that I tell people, I've seen people with 6 months experience and they got jobs as well, right? But one thing I can say is like, you are not expecting to get a job of 50,000 and you say, I've got 3 months or 6 months. You have to know that, okay, you are going to get a job like a fresh graduate. Do you get it now? There's still job for fresh graduates, you know, right? Of course, right. So there's job for fresh graduates. So, and fresh graduates, you would think Of course, they haven't got any experience. Some of them, the only experience they've got is maybe internship in school. So you just need to know that anyway. So for 3 months, of course, you can get jobs, but it might not pay well, but I think the sacrifice some people are willing to pay as well anyway. So that's what I can say. So it's possible, right? It might not be the job I showed now, right? Because that one I think is around 80,000 or something. So because they are also looking for 3 months experience, but maybe you can also look into your CV to say that, okay, what other transferable skills have you got that actually matches a Scrum Master or a BA or something like that. So that's what I can say. Hope that answers your question. Yeah. Okay, all right. If there's no other question, I'm going to stop sharing, and allow me, if you can stop the recording, then we can start another one if that's okay. Then I'll pass it over to our project planning tutor. Thank you.
Okay, I'm just waiting for you to give me the.
Okay, 1 minute. I'm just waiting for them to stop. Okay, all right, cool. So Alam, can you stop the recording, please, if that's okay?